Alright guys, we are back with round 4 Edison Format at Eclipse Cards and Hobby in North Richland Hills, Texas. We got JC on the left playing Machina QuickDraw versus David Provonsil on the right playing the Machina Hamster Ryko control deck. This one was 4 rounds of Swiss, could have top 4. Both these guys are X1. So we'll see who'll get into top 4. Now, JC's got 4 wins on the channel this year. And Provonsil has 1. Now, Provonsil hasn't played much in real life Yu-Gi-Oh! This year. He actually won our previous tournament at Eclipse. So we'll see if he can go back to back. Well, JC's won with a variety of decks. I think he's won with GBs, he's won with gadgets, and he's won with a regular quick. No, I think he was playing a similar quick draw deck to this. Alright, so here he tributes Dandy for Kai's. So good opening. Now his Kai's is gonna get bottomless, but he's gonna get 2 tokens. Now we've seen Los play this Machina quick draw deck at the local. He's done pretty well with it. I think one of the guys did well with it in Chicago. I think it was Kevin Wu did pretty good with this deck. And yeah, it's a good deck. I think it still has a lot of room for growth because I really don't know the ratios. I've been playing this deck a little bit on DB and it draws well, but it can, some of the engines can be kind of clunky at times. But it's solid. Anyway, here crashes Fortress into Fortress and pops the token. Now Provonsil sets a monster and passes. Now, as far as who do I want to see win this match, I'm a root for JC because I really enjoy this deck. I want to make this deck work. I've played it myself earlier this year. I've played it on DB recently. I know I've told the story before, but I played it at the Attack of the Giant card in YCS Orlando, and I made it all the way to top 8 until I lost to GBs and actually won game 1. And I think I could have maybe 2-0'd him if I would have just risked it and slammed down my Heavy Storm into his 4 back rows and not been afraid of Starlight Road. I'd probably win that match, but I played it safe. Anyways, here comes Stardust. Stardust attack Hamster. Hamster brings out Ryko. Set Ryko. Is he pass? I think he's passing. Okay, he did pass. Yeah, Provonsil just hasn't been coming to locals as much this year. He was on my War League team this year. He did pretty well. And then here comes Stardust. He's going to choose to mill 3. And JC is on Jane. I think he must have took inspiration from Rhynide with Jade. I know he's playing Charge and Rykos. And then here comes Gear Frame from Provonsil. He milled a Plague 2 off the Ryko. So Gear Frame at Fortress. So he'll be able to trade with the Jane at least. Some good news for Provonsil. Now if he can drop a Fortress, now do you risk it? Oh no, he's going to top for Plague first. Brio, Goyo. So he decides to go for Goyo. Attack, and he gets Mirror Force, and he picks up his cards. So yeah, he must have drawn pretty bad. So JC takes quick game 1. Will Provonsil pull off the Legacy 2-0? Now he's trying to go back to back at least for himself because like I go to locals right now twice a week. And some people only come on certain days. So I guess it'll be back to back for him. All right. So what's Provonsil going to do? Turn 1. He's going to set 2. And then here comes Trap Does Shoot. So his hand is Debris, Gear Frame, Fortress, Force, Gores, and Bottomless. This is actually my second time watching this video because I had a mistake when the first time I filmed it. And he has pulling the rug, so that's why he's going to send the Fortress. Yeah, the first time I had an error. I normally watch like the matches when I'm doing commentary. It's like I know who's going to win, but it's usually a raw reaction. Like I don't know how they won. Now it's different when I'm watching myself play because when I'm watching myself play, like I remember most of what happened. But I don't know my opponent's hand. That's the only difference. All right, so Provonsil sets 1. They should both be at 8,000. Now he draws Hamster. Yeah, Provonsil's only played like 3 decks on the channel. He's played Gadgets. He's played this Machina Hamster Raikou deck, and he also played a little bit of Vayu. Yeah, and Provonsil's always performed well whenever he shows up to the locals. Most of the time, he like rarely scrubs out. Same thing with JC. JC rarely scrubs out as well. All right, here he flips Hamster, get Raikou. Now JC actually went to RBT Santa Clara. I was surprised to see him there, and he started off, I believe, 4-0, but then I think he finished 5-3. So. All right, so he brings out Raikou and then sets another monster. Man, JC must not play many back rows. Well, he can't. He's trying to have the Gores in his hand. But at this point, I would set the bottomless with... Yeah, I would set the bottomless. I get it, you have Gores, but... You're in a pretty good spot. All right, here comes the blowout, Mind Control. So Mind Control Raikou, pop the set monster, which is Dandelion. And JC gets 2 tokens. So I see 1 Cyber Dragon in Provonsil's hand. So now he's going to summon Plague, synchro with the Raikou and Plague into Armory Arm. He's going to probably get rid of the Hamster at least. So JC takes 700. What else can Provonsil do? Set. Or he wanted to set the second back row. Maybe he's a little afraid of Heavy Storm. Yeah, he might be afraid. Yeah, so he's afraid of Heavy Storm. And then now JC with the Jane. Probably going to summon Jane here. At least I think. Yeah, he does summon the Jane. Attack Armory Arm. And Provonsil decides to deprison the Armory Arm. I mean, I wouldn't say these two are playing slow. It's just these 2 decks are just grindy, both of them. Especially Provonsil's deck. I've noticed it's just that Pot of Avarices, like send Hamster Raikous, Dandy tokens. Yeah, just grindy matchups. Armory Arm runs over the token and pass, so he's got Gores. He just drew his second bottomless. Yep, second bottomless. So he sets the bottomless. Doesn't summon Debris Dragon. He could have. So Armory Arm attacked the token. He just drew Gear Frame. That was a good draw. Yeah, that was a really good draw because now you can go Armory or Gear Frame into Fortress and then have 2 Fortresses. See, maybe he should have tried to summon Stardust the last turn. He would have been in a really good spot. Yeah, he would have been in a great spot because then you don't have to be afraid of Torrential or Mirror Force. But has Provonsil used those? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he's used Mirror Force or Torrential, but yeah, he would have been in a good spot. So Gear Frame attack. I'm not saying you attack with Stardust, but you at least bring it out. And then you have like 3 tokens. Yeah, he would have been in a much better spot. There's the Mirror Force in Provonsil's hand that I was talking about. So we're at 73 to 69. Will Provonsil will Provonsil pull off the Legacy 2-0 and potentially go back-to-back? Now, he did beat the Sheriff in the finals. You guys maybe watched that finals. It was a good finals. How many times have I faced Provonsil in the finals? I think just once or twice. Anyway, here he bottomlesses. Maybe twice. All right, sets 1, passes to JC. So he's still got the Gores, the Debris, the Force, the Fortress. the quick draw, and the double bottomless. Yeah, he's got a bunch of cards in his hand. But he's not summoning that debris dragon. There it is. Summon debris. Does he have another... Oh, there's a crow. Tax him for 1,000. So you can see here, Provonsil has like cyber dragons in his hand. Like he hasn't really drawn his engine. Yeah, you see there, he hasn't drawn gear frame. There it is. There's a gear frame. So he chose not to bottomless. So gear frame. I think eventually he's gonna have to bottomless something, because anytime there's like a Machina deck, you're always playing around Cyber Dragon game 2 and 3 because it's such a popular side card. All right, here comes Kaiku. I've lost a lot to Kaiku as a value player, but me personally, I don't side deck it. It's just, it takes up your normal summon. It's the weakness of that card. Like I remember just Johnny Mai, he won the RBT Santa Clara. He said he's going to cut Kaiku because most of the time he'd rather just summon a Blackwing. That's one thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like tempo matters a lot. Like me, whenever JC had the Debris Dragon and 1 token, I would have summoned the Debris Dragon there. Because you don't want to be stuck with a lot of normal summons in your hand. Like I said, I wouldn't have attacked them, and I would have been afraid of D-Prison, but I would have at least summoned the debris. All right, 65 to 59. Come on, I mean, they both have a lot of cards. So here he flips heavy, and we know he has Cyber Dragon. We saw it in his hand, so that's probably the game plan. Special Cyber. Contact, but you know he has Gores. It's been sitting in his hand the entire game. Special Cyber, Contact for Chimera Tech. Pitch Force for Fortress. You know, he doesn't have game unless if he can drop another Fortress. So here comes Pot of Avarice. JC doesn't have Crow, so he puts back Cyber, puts back DD Crow, Armory Arm, Force, Gear Frame. Yeah, he has a normal summon, so Gear Frame would be a pretty good draw here as well. Draw 2. Bonzo with the ulti Pot of Avarice. There's a little bit of a glare. I told everybody, don't turn on the lights back there. I actually think it looks better without the lighting, so... Yeah, JC drops the Gores on 2,000, probably because he knows Provonsil's not going to attack him with the Fortress. It's different when your opponent doesn't know you have the Gores, but he knows you have it, so he's not going to attack with Fortress. Or he might have, since he had Raikou. Since he had Raikou, he might have been willing to attack. Anyway, here comes Charge. So he mills Heavy, Mind Control, and Dandelion. Gets 2 tokens. So what she's going to search? Raikou. So he searches Raikou. He has plays. He has Quick Draw. He has Bottomless. So Gores attack the Chimera Tech. And Provonsil Mirror Forces. Now, what do you do here? You know he probably has a Raikou set, or do you just hope it's Hamster and not Raikou? I mean, this Machina list usually plays 3 Hamster because they can recycle the Raikous with Pot of Avarice, so it might be a Hamster, so it might be worth risking setting Raikou here. Yep. Set Raikou, set Bottomless. Flip Hamster, Hamster Effect. Get Raikou. $45.59. And tributes Hamster for Caius. Targets the monster, and here he chains Bottomless. Well, this isn't game, but you're gonna clear out the tokens. Yeah, this should be GG though. Like all JC has is a Kaiko and a QuickDraw. Provonsil's got a bunch of cards in his hand. Raikou set. Like he needs like Debris into Black Rose. That would be a. Oh, he just drew Crow. Yeah, he needed to go like Debris into Black Rose, and then he'd be in an okay spot. But I think this is game. I don't see how JC gets out of it. Now, would I scoop? I probably wouldn't scoop if I'm in JC's shoes. I'd probably try and play it out. But see, there's times when I would look at the clock here if I'm in JC's shoes, and I would consider scooping. A lot of times, I have to do this a lot because I play upstarts in my decks. So I have to decide, man, am I willing to like if we go to game 3 and I draw into upstart, my opponent's most likely gonna be higher on life. So like I always have to keep that in the back of my mind. It cost me one time at RBT LA earlier this year where I wasn't paying attention to the clock and we went to time game 3 and I lost in time. And I kept in the upstarts. Had I known, I probably would have sided him out. But here, yeah, this is game. So yeah, I had a feeling like the Turbo Warrior play was all right. You get rid of the Raikou but yeah, he had like no cards. So game 3, JC versus Provonsil. So he starts off by activating Charge, mills Bottomless, Raikou, and Fortress. Yeah, you always want to mill Fortress. That way you can just go Gear Frame, add Force, pitch the Force for Fortress. So he searches the Raikou. I got some guy on DB yesterday where like I charged for Raikou and said Hamster. It's like the best feeling. They always fall for it too though. Like I think he attacked me with like a Vayu or something. Alright, so here JC sets the Raikou. Now how will Provonsil play this out? Summoning Gear Frame. So JC's hand is double Debris. So it looks like Provonsil chose to pass. Yeah, he's got like double Debris Dragon, which you at least have an Iron Chain play. You have Raikou, so yeah, summoning Card Trooper is 100% the play here. You can mill Dandelion. He chose to only mill 2? That's weird. I think he should have milled 3. You want to mill Dandelion right now. Yeah, you want to mill Dandelion. So Card Trooper attack. I'm pretty sure he only milled 2. Here comes Provonsil with his own charge. He also milled Fortress, so he is side decking Dyna, which is really good against JC's deck. Because it can out Titanial, and you can also, when they go Drill Warrior, you just summon it, and then it won't come back. Alright, so Provonsil knows it's Raikou down there, so what do? Okay, so he pitches Force for Fortress. And so this is a play I've never seen anyone make. I've never thought about making this play, but yeah, so Raikou popped his own Card Trooper. So flip mill 3 and then draw for Card Trooper. He really doesn't want him to get it. I mean, because you can just Black Rose and you have Cyber Dragon, so why do you want him to look at your hand? You definitely don't want to. You could have also just milled. Oh yeah, Provonsil is about to get cooked. Cyber Dragon, Contact, and then Tribute for Caius. Yeah, rip Provonsil. Let's hope Provonsil has Gores. Because if he doesn't, it's not looking good. Yeah, it's just Tribute for Caius. And then you have Debris Dragon for the follow-up. You have Jane. Maybe JC plays 2 Chimera Techs too. Yeah. Hit him for 24. No Gores from Provonsil. Provonsil T-sets. So he drew Trap Dust Shoot. See, are you afraid? I wouldn't be afraid of Torrential, but you could be afraid of Mirror Force. I would summon Jane here. I would. He has Deep Prison. Yeah, I think he should have summoned Jane. And then here comes Trap Dust Shoot. Yeah, you have to flip it right away. So his hand is Heavy, Pot of Avarice, Deep Prison. We didn't get to see it that long, but yeah, Heavy, Pot of Avarice, Deep Prison. I mean, I think I would summon Jane, But maybe he was afraid of Mirror Force. I wouldn't be that afraid of Torrential, though. Yeah, the only argument I would make by not summoning the Jane is if you're afraid of Mirror Force. And it comes down to tempo thing. All right, Provonsil sets one, and he just drew Torrential. Summon Jane, attack, and it is Plague. Oh no. Set a back row pass. Provonsil with the Pot of Avarice. Oh yeah, he's supposed to mill. End phase, mills. There's the Dandelion. And he Pot of Avarice puts back Plague, Fortress. Okay, so he needed all 5 monsters in the graveyard. So Provonsil's got like 5 cards. JC's got Jane, a back row, 2 tokens. Yeah, this game could go either way. It all comes down to these draws, I think. Yeah, it's going to come down to the draws. And here he special summons Cyber Dragon. JC, let's go. I wonder if he's on double Chimera Tech. I think he is. That deck has room. So he just drew DD Crow a little too late. Needed that last turn, man, when he played that Powder Avarice. Okay, so he chooses to summon Debris Dragon. Is he gonna Black Rose? We have Dandelion. Oh, okay, I see. That's a pretty cool play. Bring back the Card Trooper. Contact with the Card Trooper. Then you go for Iron Chain. Go for Iron Chain. Attack. And then here comes D-Prison. So now he sets... What do you draw? Fortress? What's life points? 42... I think... What's the play here? What's the play here of your JC? But yeah, you have a couple options. Either pitch Cyber Dragon, special summon Fortress, special summon Cyber Dragon by itself, summon Debris Dragon. Yeah, he has a lot of choices. We'll see what he decides to do. I don't know what the correct move is here. You'd think he said Hamster Raikou. I don't think he summoned Debris. Do you want to hold the Cyber Dragon in case Provonsil drops a Fortress? Maybe summoning Debris is not a bad move. You could go summon Debris, bring back Card Trooper, or make a 7. Okay, so he chooses to summon Debris, get Dandy. Synchro summon for Black Rose, so he's going to use the effect. 2 tokens. Now, if you drop your Fortress, I'd be afraid of a Cyber Dragon. Or Gores. Gores hurts him a little bit here, but... And Provonsil's hand was bad. So, congrats to JC. He finished X1. But, unfortunately, we had quite a few people for this tournament. So, there was one X1 that didn't get in, and it was JC. He did not have the tiebreakers. So, I'm going to go over how the tournament played off camera. So, Josh Jordan got 4th while I was undefeated. I faced Josh Jordan off camera in the semifinals. I beat him, so I'm going straight to the finals. And the 2 and 3 seed was Juan Ambriz playing Diva Hero Beat. And who was the 2 seed? Who did he play against? I have to go. I don't remember. Who did he play against? My memory's a little fuzzy. Let's see. Who is this? Oh, he played against Daniel's Frog Monarch hand control deck. I know a lot of people like that deck. His with drop-offs and stuff. So that's going to be the semifinals. We'll see who will be my opponent in the finals. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, please consider joining our members only. I'm uploading an extra 2 to 3 videos a week, only $2.99 a month. Also have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epic Cards and Games. Those links are in the description. And I'll see you guys next time.